All right, good morning. Today we're going to learn a fairly easy command and concept, and it's about scaling our viewports. So far on all of the assignments that we've done, our scale has been 1-to-1, meaning that if we've drawn something that was 10 millimeters, we went to our paper space, and if we were to actually print that, it would actually show up as 10 millimeters. And one of CAD's strongest suits is that it has the ability of actually printing things perfectly to scale. So I will demonstrate, let's see, first I'll make a square that's, say, 200 by 150. So here's my rectangle. I'll even dimension it here real quick. So here we are in our model space. I go to my paper space, and there's my drawing perfectly in our 1-to-1 scale. And I can see I've got our scale here, my viewport set to 1-to-1, and that's currently locked. So now I'll go back into our model space, and this time I'll do a little larger one. We'll make this 400 by 300. Zoom out here a little bit. Dimension this. And now when I go into my paper space, I've got my first rectangle here, but I don't have my I just see the bottom line here of my second. So my drawing is way too large for my current viewport here. So I'm going to select my viewport. I'm going to have to start by unlocking it. This will let me adjust my scale. And instead from 1-to-1, I'm going to go to 1-to-2. And now we can see that's much smaller here. I'm going to double click into my viewport and then pan so I can center it. And then now, you can see I'm set 1-to-2, so I'm going to lock this, and then the only thing that's left to do is I need to now just change the text here. So my template now says that my scale is 1-to-2, so that lets who's ever reading this know that 1 millimeter, if they actually take a measuring stick and measure this, 1 millimeter here will actually equal 2 millimeters in real life. And then the only other thing I want to do is, you can see here my dimensions are a bit too teeny. So we're just going to go through and modify this. And best way to do this is I'm going to go to fit, and I had my scale of 1. I'll just change this to 2. See how that looks. Perfect. Depending on how complex my drawing is, I might adjust that slightly, but so as we get into larger and larger drawings, obviously we'll have a much more intense scale. If you're doing something smaller, then you do it in reverse. You'd be enlarging instead of reducing. Any questions on changing the scale of our viewports? Excellent. Good luck.